today's video, I just wanted to show you how I meal prep for the week. And I'm not a nutritionalist or an athlete or a personal trainer or anything expert in those areas. I'm just going to show you how a regular person meal preps for the week, trying to be healthy. And this information does in part come from Ryan Engel and Nicole Wilkins, who are the experts. So this isn't like exactly what they do, but because of them, I put together this for myself, if that makes sense. So I'm going to show you for this week how I meal prep chicken, vegetables, and brown rice. Okay, so to start, I set the oven to 400 degrees and I cook the chicken for about an hour. So 30 minutes on one side, 30 minutes on the other side. I think it's probably like way more than it needs to be cooked, but better safe than sorry. Okay, so for chicken, I'll get something like this. It's like chicken breast or chicken tenders. I'll just get this and trim it up if I need to, if it's like a little fatty around the edges. And I'll put it on a lined baking sheet like this. So I'll put aluminum foil on the bottom to help with cleanup. And I'll put one of these racks on top. And that just, so like when I flip it, it's like not soggy and wet in the bottom. So I can cook both sides evenly. And whatever like drips in the bottom is like the gross stuff, and you can just throw it away. So for seasoning, I'll add some of this. It's crushed red pepper, so I'll add some of that. And I add Mrs. Dash. So I use many different seasonings. Today I'm using Italian Medley, and this has no salt in it. So that's why a lot of people use it in the athletic community, from what I understand. And I've got this aluminum foil in the bottom so it catches like the extra seasoning stuff. And then I flip it over and then I'll season the other side. Okay, so I've got both sides seasoned. My oven is preheated at 400 degrees. So I'm gonna cook the first side for 30 minutes. And I don't think I need to say this, but this video isn't sponsored, obviously. So just so you know. Okay, so moving on to the rice. I use brown rice. So any kind of brand, like basmati, anything you want to use. I think this is basmati, but I really don't have a preference on the kind of rice. Brown rice seems to like cook easier and evenly, and it's not crunchy the next day. And like when I scoop it out of the rice cooker, it comes out nice and easy and even. So I just like brown rice. So for this, just follow your rice cooker instructions. But for this, this scoop came with it. So it's like, 2 scoops equals like to the number 2 in the rice cooker. Okay, y'all thirsty? Let's take a drink. Okay, so we have a rice cooker here. We're gonna do 2 scoops of these. There's a number 2 in here on the inside, so you just fill up water up to the number 2 and then put it back in here. So we've got our rice in here. I'm gonna turn this on. This rice cooker I've had for about 4 years, and it's still holding up great. It's Aroma rice cooker, that's the brand on it. So you just turn it on. And I like it because you can like pick specifically like what kind of rice you're cooking. So I'm cooking brown rice. I just push brown rice, and then there you go, it's cooking. And it's gonna come up like 10 minutes when it's done. Like a timer comes up, and then when it's done, obviously it beeps. So when the 10 minutes starts to pop up on here, that's when I start my vegetables. For the vegetables, I get these kinds of things from the grocery store. So these are like steamable bags in the microwave. This is broccoli steamables. And this would be like 2 servings for me. So like if it's like for breakfast, lunch, dinner, I have like half of a serving of vegetables for each meal. And for the vegetables, I mainly get broccoli, but I'll mix it up sometimes. I get crazy with my vegetables. And sometimes I'll get, this is honey roasted sweet corn. So broccoli is obviously the best for you, you know, but just craves something else sometimes. So this one is just a little bit different. And then sometimes I'll also mix up some peas, and sometimes I'll put corn. And I had asparagus last week, and since these are frozen, when you cook them, the texture changes obviously. So the asparagus wasn't that great, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like right when it came out of the microwave, it was okay. But you know, on Wednesday at work, when I'm reheating it in the microwave, you know, for the second time, it was mushy, it wasn't that great. So I would not recommend asparagus. Like any kind of crunchy vegetables like that doesn't work out. Okay, so while we're waiting for the chicken to cook, the rice to cook, I'll show you what I use to package my lunches in. And all this meal prep we're doing today, it's just for my lunches. So it's gonna be chicken, brown rice, and vegetables. And I'll show you what I use to package them in. So I got these containers on Amazon for super cheap. They're just black containers and they're pretty deep. So there are some that are like half this deep, but that's not as good because you may not be able to fit like your vegetables. Like once you put everything in here, it fills up kind of quick. So, but you'll see. So I get the deeper ones, and then it comes with a clear lid. So this came in a pack of, I think 5 or 6 came in the pack. If I can find them on Amazon, I'll link it in the description below. But this is what I use. And if you're gonna go with containers for lunches, just get a whole bunch of the same exact ones. Don't like mix and match different things. Like soups, you can put soup in here too. It's pretty deep. So like anything, I would just keep the same container if you can for like everything you're cooking, because that just makes your organization and cleanup a lot easier. Okay, so now we'll wait for the chicken to turn over. Okay guys, time to flip our chicken. Okay, can you see this? Chicken is looking good. Okay, so I just flip it and then I put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes. So guys, I really like to meal prep chicken. Chicken's like my favorite and it's really easy to do. I don't eat seafood. I wish I did because it's so healthy for you and really affordable. But what do you like to meal prep? If you meal prep for the week or for dinner or for anything, what do you seem to like not get sick of eating day after day? Let me know in the comments. Okay guys, so our chicken's done and our rice is cooked. So let's take those out. Chicken's looking good. So for the rice, I'll scoop a little bit in the containers and I'll show you, but I try and do half a cup of rice for each container. And guys, sometimes I'll do sweet potato instead of rice. And I usually don't go beyond that. It's usually either sweet potato or rice. But lately it's been just brown rice, because I'll put like sriracha, or I'll put Frank's Red Hot on it. I like spicy food, so I'll put something on it to make it spicy, and then it's easier to eat. And then you drink more water. Pro tip. Okay, so then I'm just gonna put this in the dishwasher and we'll move on to the chicken. Okay, so we have our chicken on our rice. So I'm just gonna cut up the chicken a little bit and then put it in the containers. Okay, so we got our chicken and our rice. I'm just gonna finish up the vegetables and then that'll be it. So when y'all meal prep, what vegetables do you like to use? For me, I like to use broccoli, peas. I like peas. Broccoli, peas, corn. It's usually all I like to eat. And then I'll use sweet potato. I'll bake that. I'll do that in another video. And then rice. Rice is just so easy to cook. I just usually just do that. But I have some sweet potatoes, so if you want me to show you how I prep that, let me know. We're just waiting for the vegetables to cook. And over the years, I've gotten better with how to cook my food, what to cook, what to exclude from my diet, and I'll share all that with you all. Like, over the years, I've gotten used to like not drinking soda. I haven't had a Mountain Dew. In years, and I've just had to gradually adapt. And it's the little things like that that keep me on track. So when you just take out your vegetables, they're really hot, so be careful. But when you open them and you like start to pour it out, there's water in the top. So what I usually do is just like hold the bag kind of tight, and I'll hold it over my sink and just drip out some of that water, and then I'll put it in my containers. So I'm just gonna split this bag of broccoli into 2 of my containers. And there you go. So I'm just kind of like flattening it on top so it kind of looks like it'll seal on top evenly when I put the lid on. I'm just making sure everything's like evenly distributed. That's the broccoli one. So you guys, I'm waiting for the last bag of vegetables to cook in the microwave, and I just wanted to kind of talk about why this is frugal. So I know you might be under pressure like at work to go out with friends for lunch, but that can be like $10 a pop just for lunch. So my chicken alone was like $7. So, and that's for the whole week. And meal prepping saves money. It saves you on calories. It keeps you healthy. It saves you time. Like, you don't have to drive anywhere to go eat your lunch. It's there. It's ready to go. You don't have to think about it. You know, it saves that stress of like, oh, what am I going to have for lunch today? It's just, meal prepping is smart all around. It saves you on time, money, stress. It's just a win-win. It's a game changer on many levels. So on many different goals, you can just, it's just so smart meal prepping, whatever you want. So for this week, I'm sticking with chicken, rice, and vegetables. So if you want to see me meal prep with sweet potato, let me know in the comments below. I also meal prep with beef sometimes, so let me know if you want to know how I do that. And the vegetables are ready. Okay, I've got my peas. I'm just gonna drain them a little bit over the sink, like I mentioned before, just to get some of that watery juice, gross stuff out. So for the vegetables, I like to put like half a cup to a cup per serving of each meal. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, half a cup to a cup of vegetables every single time. And for that bag of peas I just used, I have a half a bag left, so I'll probably just have that for dinner tonight. But I would, if I didn't want it for dinner, I would just freeze it and use it for the next meal, because it's peas. So if the texture changes a little bit, I'm okay with that. And there you go. I've got my meal prep ready for the week. I've got my chicken, I got my vegetables, and I've got my brown rice all ready to go. So yeah, won't have to think about it, stress-free. If you want to share your meal prep ideas, please let me know in the comments below. And let me know what you think about these meal prep ideas. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.